Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Maricas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And Coach, rough finish on Friday night against the University of Pittsburgh, a game where you were leading for most of the ball game, but then towards the end, Pitt got hot. Was that a function of them, or was that a function of also your defense a little bit?
No, I think they made some shots. It's always an easier game when you can make some shots. But we did go zone late. I thought they started posting us up at the perimeter spots a little bit, where they obviously have great size. So we had three straight possessions in zone late where we missed a block out, then we gambled for a steal that we didn't get. And then the other one, we didn't do a good enough job keeping the ball at the high post. So, give them credit on that. I think more of the issue probably in the game was I thought we had a lot of good shots there. We took 27 threes, and going home on the bus, I would have taken 22 of those again. So I thought we got pretty good shots. We just didn't make them.
And that you were talking about that before the game, that you think that, offensively, this is going to be a very good team. You haven't had that hot night yet. And even though you have won 2 ball games by over 20 points, even though you haven't had that night that you expect to have from all your guys.
No, we haven't. But they're all like, it's not like there's an issue where a guy doesn't want to do what's asked for him, or he's not, getting in extra work or anything like that. You get like typical, some guys are fighting some injury stuff, but I feel like it's if we continue to work for the extra pass and play with good spacing, that we've got good players. Eventually, they're gonna make some shots. I mean, like Terry and Jason Antonio are guys that have all over their career shot 34 to I believe like 36-37% from three. Right now, we're shooting those three has 22% from three. That's going to even out.
All right, now on to this week. 3 games this week: Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Starting Tuesday afternoon at CQ at 2:00 against the Quakers of Penn, a team you last faced in Florida a few years ago and beat in winning that tournament down in Fort Myers. But they're a team that today, we're filming this on Sunday, beat a good Old Dominion team, went to overtime with a very good Utah State team. Their record is 3-4, but they played a tough schedule, and this is a solid ball club.
Yeah, they had a good road win at Bucknell. They're very good. Steve Donahue's an excellent coach and did a good job at Cornell, as we know, and at Boston College. Good guards, like dynamic guards. I think the kid Dingle's terrific. Jonah Charles shoots it. They have a lot of different pieces up front. But very tough to guard offensively, Spiro. We even a couple of years when we beat them in Florida, we were a good defensive. We had a hard time guarding them. So that's going to be a big key. Can we guard the 3-point shot and do a good job with a lot of their off the ball type actions? They're a team I'm looking at that, certainly I would imagine it'll be a top 2 type of team in the Ivy League.
And you look at their stats, and you always can't gain something just by looking at stats. They don't do nothing stands out as being tremendous from a team standpoint, but also nothing also stands out that they're not doing well. They're just solid, it looks like, all across the board.
Yeah, I think that they've got good athletes, so that they're in good position defensively. They'll mix it up a little bit with some zone pressure, and we could see some zone as well. So we're still going to have to run good offense, so taking care of the ball and making sure we get good ball reversal. We're going to have a great effort on the backboards, right? That's going to be something that we're going to need to do. It's a really good test. I mean, you and I talked about this. We have a challenging non-conference schedule. I firmly believe that's going to prepare us for where we want to get to and need to get to. But they'll certainly provide a good test.
You mentioned the rebounding. Pitt was a great rebounding team, and you were dead even with them. That had to please you that you were even with them on the boards on Friday night.
Yeah, especially second half, because we were down, I think, 6 at the half, and then we out-rebounded them by 6 in the second half. So, our blockouts have been better than some of our other teams We do got to do a little bit better job on the offensive glass. We've been great a couple games and then not so good. Now it's a little bit of a fine line because we're taking more threes too. You know what I mean? So your spacing's a little bit different. But I was pleased with that part about Pitt. I'll tell you, watching Pitt had big, strong guys, and they attacked that rim on shots like they're blitzing a quarterback. I mean, it's like an all-out. It's just like an all-out assault. So it's not an easy team to keep off the glass. Hopefully, that's something we can continue to. That good habit of blocking out. That'll be big for us moving forward.
And then Thanksgiving, head to Las Vegas to the Orleans Arena and the Las Vegas Invitational. And your first round game is against the University of San Francisco, which, most people know them as being in the same conference with Gonzaga, but this is a really, really good basketball team. Yeah,
that could end up being as good a team as we play all year. We played them in the crazy year last year, Mohegan Sun, and they're gifted. They're big. They've got a guard that could be an NBA player in Bouye, and they run really good offense. Todd Golden, the good spacing, shooting. Both those games out there are going to be really tough. They are national TV opportunities. Guys want hard games, and it'll give us a chance to, like you said, against the. Bill Russell played at San Francisco. They've won national title there, right? There's great tradition. So it certainly is going to be a challenge, though. UAB and New Mexico, those teams are all good. But the other piece that I obviously like about it for our institution and our athletic department and our program is national television. We had 2 years ago before the pandemic, we played 7 of those national TV games, which was the most in school history. Right now we have 6, and if we can play well late in the year in the CAA regular season and the tournament, we could get up to 7 to 10, which would be like I said, I think we have an awesome university, and we want to hopefully showcase that.
All right. Well, one thing that you do have in your favor is that Bill Russell will not be playing for San Francisco on Thursday.
As good as they are, that definitely helps us.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate it. Busy week. I know you got a lot of work to do between now and these 3 ball games this week. We appreciate it, and we'll talk again next week.
Thanks, Spiro. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. Tune in Tuesday, 2:00 when the Tigers take on Penn on Flow Sports and the TowsonTigers.com. Thanks. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.